The Spark 2 amp by Positive Grid. Let's talk about it. Hello, my name is Bryce, and whether you are new or returning, I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. This is just an initial impressions video. I've only had the amp for a day, but I wanted to share my thoughts on it so far, and once I've spent more time with it, I'll do a proper review. But let's start out with the colors. So it comes in two color options. This one is black, but it also comes in this color here, which is pearl, and that one actually is its predecessor, the Spark 40 amp. So I went with black this time just to try something new, but also because I realized I have a white desk and a lot of the stuff on my desk is black, like my keyboard, mouse, monitors, things like that. So I just wanted to have a more uniform look, so that's why I went with black this time. So I can't say with 100% confidence that I know what the retail price of this amp is going to be, because I believe right now it's in like a pre-order stage, but I think it's going to be around $299 US, and that's only because if you go to Positive Grid's website, you'll see that number crossed out with the sale prices that they have for the pre-orders going on. On Positive Grid's website, if you go to the Spark 2 amp there, you'll see that there were three different like pre-order tiers. So the first one was the first drop, which was limited to 100 amps, and that one went for $259. Then the next batch was like 7,000 units, and that one went for $269, so $10 more than the first drop. And then you have the last call one, and that one I think is like 1,000 units, and that one goes for $279 US, and all of those are before taxes. So the ones that went for $259 are all sold out as of the time of filming this video, and the other two tiers are approaching that point as well. However, I actually got this amp for $239 before taxes because I have the Spark 40 amp, and I registered it with Positive Grid, and they sent me an upgrade offer, which I believe is a limited time deal. So I'm not trying to pressure you into buying it or anything, but I'm just letting you know that if you have a Spark 40 and you want to upgrade, you might want to do it sooner rather than later so you can get the discount. But again, no pressure. Now I'm just going to share a couple of quick sound clips with you, and my guitar is the Music Man Cutlass RS HSS, and it's going directly into the amp, and then you're hearing it recorded on my phone. So my initial impressions of this amp are I like it a lot, and actually I liked my Spark 40 as well, but there was a lot of like boominess, a lot of bass in that amp, and that kind of deterred me from playing it for too long. But it was great because that was my only physical amp that I had. I primarily use guitar plugins on my computer, but sometimes I don't feel like booting up my computer and plugging in and playing and setting up everything. I just want to plug in and play. So having a physical amp to me is nice in that regard, and that served me well. And I actually have recently been jamming with a buddy, Joe, so I would just take that with me over to his house and we would just play together, and again that served me in that regard as well. But I wanted something again that didn't have as much boominess to the tone, and I looked at other amps and didn't really decide on one, especially because I was looking for either a desktop amp or a smaller amp, and then Positive Grid released this one and it fixed that issue, and also has a built-in looper, and I was like sold because I really like loopers. And just some of my fondest memories of playing guitar when I was younger was, well, not when I was like a kid, but when I was like in high school, was just throwing on a looper and then seeing what I could create, because it's really cool seeing like you're like building things in real time, if that makes sense, and that was just fun for me. So yeah, so far I've been impressed with it. Obviously I haven't gone too in depth with the amp, so I can't really speak about these are things that I really like and things that I really dislike, but overall I'm really impressed. If I had to be a little nitpicky, the one thing that I would say bothers me is the sound of actually the looper when it's doing the click, and I'm going to show you what I mean now, so just audio warning, but it's a little loud and I haven't figured out how to adjust the volume if you can. So here it is. So yeah, it's kind of loud. So really that's my only gripe so far. Again, I just got this amp, so I don't know if that is adjustable or not, but I'll let you know once I do the review. One thing that I noticed that was a little strange was when I set up my amp, plugged in my guitar, connected the amp to my phone and pulled up the Spark app, everything looked like it was up and running. And I know that sometimes you have, when you turn on the amp, you have to wait for it to warm up a little bit. So I did that, but I started playing and I wasn't getting anything from the amp, and I thought that was a little weird. I did see that all of the knobs were turned to 0, so I turned up the master volume and the gain a little bit. Still nothing, but what I ended up doing was I turned the preset dial once and then I was able to have sound. I don't know why that was, and I've turned off and on the amp multiple times since then and it works fine. So I don't know why for that like initial me setting up everything, it wasn't giving me audio until I turned the preset dial, but that was just something that I wanted to point out. So these have been my initial impressions of the Spark 2 by Positive Grid. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, stay cool like a cloud and have a great day.